Hello, 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 folks, and welcome back to another segment of Rate the Leadership. Brought to you by your host, Jai Mays. It is so good to be back with you guys again. I love hosting this series because we get to compare and contrast the difference between good leadership and bad leadership. So, what we're doing right now is we're going to take it right on back to my good old pal, Joe Biden, when he was our president in chief just a few months and days ago. Let's talk about it. So, what I want to talk about is I want to rate Joe Biden's leadership on law and order. Okay, let's talk about this. I want to watch, and I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know how you rate this. I'm just going to show you what was said prior and what has happened now. And together, we're going to rate the leadership. So let's just get into this because this is one of my favorites from Joe Biden. It's like he says, do what I say, but not as I do. But you do what I say and not as I do. So let's get into this, guys. Thanks for watching. Here we go. Here we go. Joe Biden.
But let's look at the facts. Since 1986, Congress has passed over 230 new or expanded penalties for drug and criminal offenses in this United States. 230 new penalties. And these penalties range from an automatic 5 years in jail for any person caught with a rock of crack cocaine, a piece of crack cocaine as small as a quarter. I don't have a quarter with me, but if you...
Now, folks, is it me or does it look like Joe Biden's hair grew back as he got older? Because he had hair when he just left, but it ain't none of my business. Listen, I believe in hair plugs, okay? I believe in it. I believe that if you ain't got it, go do what you got to do. Go on, Joe Biden. I get it, brother. Let's go back.
You visualize what one looks like. Yeah, I do have a quarter. If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Now,
did you guys hear this? He said you automatically get 5 years and the judge doesn't even have a choice. But didn't his son get caught with more than a quarter size piece of crack? And wasn't Whoopi Goldberg just on The View blaming the things that he did and justifying it with justifying his crimes because of crack? Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to make this make sense, baby. Come on. Let's get back to this. Hold on.
the fact of the matter is, we've gone from there all the way up to saying, under the leadership of Senator Thurmond, and I'd like to suggest that I take some small credit for it myself as well, and others.
Oh, Joe Biden, so you want credit for it, my friend. So this is your law. You put into place. Do as I say, but not as I do. Okay, rate the leadership. Rate the leadership.
Others, the presiding officer, that there is now a death penalty. And we passed it a couple years ago. If you are a major drug dealer involved in the trafficking of drugs and murder results in your activities, you go to death. And a number of other severe penalties. We changed the law so that if you are arrested and you are a drug dealer, under our forfeiture statutes, the government can take everything you own, everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the.
So did anyone take away the drug dealer, Hunter Biden's, his son's drug dealer? Did he strip him? I mean, I'm just asking. We're going to rate the leadership, guys. We're going to rate this leadership. Let's keep going.
Dollars from the transaction that you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything.
Yeah. All right, folks, let's come back. So you guys just heard this. You heard straight from the horse's mouth our former commander-in-chief say that if you are caught with just a quarter size piece of crack, it's an automatic 5 years. And the judge can't even help you. We both heard this together. Okay? Now, let's see what Joe Biden did for his son, who was caught smoking crack. The same drug that Joe Biden said he was going to lock individual, and he did lock people up for. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Pardon his son, Hunter Biden. CNN Chief National Affairs Correspondent Jeff Zeleny, I believe, is with us. Jeff, can you hear me?
And Jessica, yes.
Okay, what are you learning?
Look, we are just getting a statement from President Joe Biden. He's saying that today he signed a pardon for my son, Hunter, and he goes through the reasoning why. Of course, Hunter is facing a sentencing later this month, but this is really a monumental moment for President Biden. He said several months ago in June, when he was still seeking a re-election, that he would not pardon Hunter Biden, but now we are learning he is. And let's just read through this statement quickly together. He said, "Today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I kept my word, even as I watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted." So this is a fairly long statement, about 4 or 5 paragraphs from President Biden, but really going through why he is making this decision. He also goes on to say this. He said, "No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out because he is my son, and that is wrong."
So was he singled out? Let's talk about it. Was he singled out? You meaning the crimes that he was doing, he was singled out, or the fact that he got caught smoking crack, he was singled out? Which one? I mean, come on, guys, help me out. Rate the leadership here, okay? Because do we hear the explanation of this? Do you hear this? Let's get back to it. This is ridiculous. It's crazy.
He goes on to say there's been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. So, of course, Jessica, let's take a step back. You obviously covered the Biden campaign along with me, and this is something that Hunter Biden has been dealing with. This was a tax case, a gun case. He went through his trial in Delaware. There was another case in Los Angeles. But this is really the culmination of President Biden really making the decision tonight to sign a pardon for his son Hunter, not just a commutation of a possible sentence, but a pardon, which certainly will be part of President Biden's life.
This is crazy, guys. Hold on, I have one more for you, because see, if you're in the pardoning mood, why didn't you pardon everybody else that you locked up for crack? Joe Biden? Rate the leadership. Rate the leadership. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Hey, 10 for very good, 5 for all right, and 1 for terrible. I give this leadership terrible. Because a leader must first be a servant. And when we talk about The Bible, remember Eli's sons in the Bible and how they were treating the church in the synagogue, and the son, the father, Eli, did nothing about his sons and their behavior. And who did God take it out on? He took it out on the sons and the father. Rate the leadership. Peace out, y'all.